And this question, I'll try not to laugh in the making of this video. This question, I have literally been asked this several times. Can't I just download policies? Look, I'm looking at this website. Here's a bunch of templates right here. Can't I just download this? I'll have this done in a couple of days. Security policies. I don't even know where to start with that. But literally, I've been asked that. So can I just download these things? Like, what's the big deal? And then there's platforms out there that they say, oh, buy our platform and you have all your policies. It's a starting point. Nobody these days, especially with security policies, should start from a blank sheet of paper. There's no reason to do that. There's too much stuff out there. But this notion of, oh, I'm going to download it and I'll have it done in a couple of days, that's insanity. I don't even know where to start with that. Because guess what? Step 1, download said policies. Step 2, read said policies. Well, you're not going to get very far. Because if you think policies can be downloaded and you'll have it done in a couple of days, I guarantee you if you start reading that stuff, you'll be like, I don't even know what this means. How do we do this? Because policy, I always tell people, policy is nothing more than the rope to hang yourself with. So when auditors come in, regulators come in, guess what the first thing they typically ask for? I know because I came out of banking. It was one of the first things they asked us for. Where's your policies? There's the rope to hang us with, because I guarantee, and I deal with companies going through their SOC 2 audit, that this happens all the time. They'll ask for, root cause analysis. That tends to be the common theme over the last several weeks. Root cause analysis. Well, here's all these tickets. I need the root cause analysis on these. Whoa. Why are you asking for root cause analysis? Well, because right here in your policy, it says you do a root cause analysis. Rope to hang yourself with. So, all that to say, policies are important. Policies are management's directive controls. That is what they are. Nothing more. There's no magic to them. They typically don't have processes in them. They don't have tool names in them. They're very generic, high-level statements. So management's directive is that people will badge in to a workspace, for example. That's it. Doesn't say the badging system. It doesn't say how it will be done. None of that. Management's directive is that every door will be kept locked. It is management's their directive control is all they are. And so the expectation is that they're documented and that people understand them. So there's 2 caveats to that understanding part. Number 1, I just had this conversation with 2 different clients, as a matter of fact. It was kind of funny. Their information security policy document that they got all their employees to acknowledge upon hire and at least annually, no joke, was 85 pages long. 85 pages. Nobody reads 85 pages. Very few people read 85 pages. An information security policy, woohoo, that's exciting. I can't wait to get through that. So people aren't reading it. So the directive control of people understanding the policy, do you think they understand an 85-page document? No, because they didn't take the time to read it. They just checked the box. So the whole point of the control is lost. Then the second part that I see with companies a lot too is they don't publish their policies. So, oh yeah, we got our policies. Here they are. Okay, well, I'm going to go over here and talk to Susie, and I'm going to see if Susie knows where the policies are. Hey, Susie, do you know where the policies are? What policies? Yeah. So that happens a lot too, right? And you have to publish them. Like, people have to understand what they say, so it needs to be normal language. Again, high-level directive controls. They need to not be a billion pages long so that people will actually read them and digest them. And then they need to be published. And then that way people understand where they are and that they will be held accountable. If I catch you for the 10th time sneaking in behind your friend and not badging, you're going to be written up in HR. That's our policy, and it is clearly documented, and you understand what it is. And so that's the whole point of policy. The point of policy is not to download it and say I have it as quickly as I possibly can. That is not the point of policy. The point of policy is to be a management's directive control to the organization of this is what is acceptable to us and this is what we expect. And here's the rules of the game that we have set forth. And that is the point of policy. So yes, download a template. Yes, start with the starting point. But then you got to read that stuff. And when it says that MFA, multi-factor authentication, is turned on in your policy that you just downloaded, you got to ask yourself, hey, do we have that turned turned on? Is that turned on everywhere? Because this says it is. Oh, it's not? Oh, that's a problem. You got to go through that. And then security policies are in large part technical by nature. So now there's a lot of technical controls in there, like vulnerability scanning. Do we do vulnerability scanning? How often do we do it? This says monthly. Do we do it monthly? I don't know. Well, what do we do with when the report comes in? Do we remediate that stuff? I don't know. This says we remediate all the highs and criticals. What are the highs and criticals? Does anybody know the answer to this question? Like, this is the conversation you have. So start with the template. It's a great idea. Start with the starting point. Or if you have a tool that has policy kind of already baked in, that's already mapped to some compliance mechanisms, it's a great place to start too. But it's not a, yep, approve, okay, look, I'm good. It just doesn't work that way. It's not quite as simple as that. And if it is, you'll find it out later with regulators or auditors. When things don't go well, it'll point right back to your policy, and it will unfortunately have started there.